All right. You can sing and you can be what you want to be because it's all within you. All you have to do is just want it. Welcome, everybody. This is Tuesday, health day, by the way.
Oh,
You know who I am, the bus driver, but on Tuesdays, we actually have the privilege and the honor to have my co-pilot, and as I am here driving the bus, um, Miss Trina Phoenix. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing wonderful, and I'm honored to be on the bus with you, my friend.
Well, I got to tell you, the honor's all mine because
Mine too.
you bring a certain je ne sais quoi of a beauty, an elegance, and a sophistication. So that's all I can say.
And I see you as a beautiful gift of power, courage, strength, and the ability to never stop until you meet your task. And that is an ability and something that you do not see often, my friend. So thank you for being Wayne.
Well, the check is in the mail. That's what I say.
This
Oh,
is
welcome
true.
everybody. Hello, Heidi. We love you, dear.
Much
Let's
love,
see.
sweetheart. Oh, so much
Linda
love to
Brooks and Nina and Guy and Paul and Deborah
Hi,
and
everyone.
Kathy and Wendy and Linda and Mad Cow and John and woof, Deborah, Ruth Ann. Right, there's a lot of people in here, Trina.
I
It's
love you
unbelievable.
all. Hi,
Yeah, we
Soul
do. Hey,
Tribe.
Shannon, what's up? So welcome everybody. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Soul
Yeah.
Tribe. We are the Soul Tribe. We're a family here. You know that, Trina? We
Yep.
are a family. And
Well,
like,
I think you vibe with your soul. You do. You vibe with your
yeah,
soul. And we found each other because we have common vibrations and interests and curiosity, and we're seeking truth and we're looking at everything. And we wanted to be able to do these things. And we found each other for that love of wanting to know. And
yeah.
that's how we found each other. We vibrate similarly. So we vibe with our tribe.
As you were talking, I had this most amazing thing. It's like I was seeing us in the primordial goo. This is energies that are swirling. They're not defined, but yet they are. And then all of a sudden there's a coalescing. And the coalescing begins to bring focus, clarity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a unity of thought.
I love that,
It's like the web of consciousness that I saw. It created things. It was so amazing what I was seeing. And yeah, it's through our similar shared thoughts, interests, ideas.
Yep.
We found each other and now
And
we're
we got
creating.
folks on the other side too. I mean, this tribe
Yes, yes,
worldwide, but we got
yes.
we got it down on the ethereal.
Yes, we do.
I
Absolutely.
mean, think about it. And yes, it's bittersweet. We
Yes.
don't like the physical void, but on the
No.
other hand, they graduated.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I told you we've said it on this show before that if I don't get a diploma or at least a freaking gold star, I'm going to be pretty pissed.
Right.
I am
Right.
going to say,
Absolutely.
but I went through that, man. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, where's the diploma?
Yeah, I
You
was
know,
thinking about that this morning. I was like, I just want to do a good job, and I was thinking, I was like,
uh,
who am I working for? And I was like, bottom line, it's you. It's you wanting to make you happy about you. So, yeah, so do
yeah,
you and be happy about you. It's a good thing to do.
and by the way, I just want to speak favor over all of us. And
Yes,
favor
me too.
means empowered to prosper,
Yes,
folks. That's all I got to say. That's what
yes,
it means. And if you're empowered, then that means by what it implies, it's you got power.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Power to the people. But anyway, I digress. So if I'm empowered to prosper,
hmm
prosper means to have nothing missing, nothing broken.
yes,
Well, if there's nothing missing in my life and there's nothing broken, hell, that's prosperity, baby.
absolutely. Of
Yeah,
the greatest kind.
I think it is. You
I do
know,
too. I do too.
you can go
I do
tripping the
too.
light fantastic.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah, and
really
and
can.
we all will, and that's going to be, I think, so much fun because
Mm.
of where we are with our consciousness. It's not going to be scary. It's going to be an adventure. It's going to be, I think, completely amazing, and it's because of what we think, and that's a wonderful gift to have that.
There's a period of acclimation. and it
Yes,
is,
there is.
they say it's about 3 days, when a spirit crosses over.
Yeah.
It takes about 3 days, kind of, you're basically transmuting that energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you're
Yeah.
dropping the density out of the auric field. You're
Yeah, I
letting
like
go
that.
of you're dropping the
Yeah.
matter, the dense matter out of the energy bodies. So that's what I see happening there.
And the cool thing is that um it's as I say, it's hopefully, if they're not like us, then that leads to that question. Then, okay, so what's happening here? I grew up on science fiction as a kid. So what, are you going to strap me to a chair and what, you're going to make me that? I don't want to be that. I want to be me, kind of situation. I don't see that. I really don't. I sense that it's very wild over there. It's not like anything that we hope for, this sense of order. And Trina, when you're born in this realm, when you're getting through the, what I call the blood veil, because you're that's what you're doing, because you're being born into the living dead.
Yes.
I mean, it's a fact. So as you're coming through here, right, you have this transmutation that takes place. Because, I mean, think about it. I know that you and I are spirit. I know that the people that I see here, the people I've gotten to know, this group that's come together, this is not souls. These are spirit beings. And, so the question becomes, while we're in here, does that mean we can't talk to them over there? Because aren't them us? And aren't we them?
Yeah. Yeah, in a lot of cases, absolutely. I think some have never been human, or never been into physical form. Some are just born demonic energies, whatever. We've got a lot going on with that. But the bottom line is that it's about learning how to deal with all of this, and learning how to communicate and connect to what is. And that is a part of our construct. It's a part of our reality. Even though we can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not real.
You said the demonic, and it's really interesting, this book I'm reading. And, I've been around them. I know that I see a different type of, when people say demonic, there are those who are the divine ones, who basically have been slandered by, as I said yesterday, humans are spiritual racist. We are spiritual bigots.
Because of our lack of understanding and our lack of being able to understand or be taught these things. We have no clue, because it's always been taboo, hidden. Yeah, that's
bingo, hidden. That occult thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
so, when you think about that, so we have, I never understood that there is a class of being who do not want to ascend. They are completely happy where they are at. And for me, that's so foreign, Trina, because I'm striving, I want to get back to mama,
Right.
I was telling you earlier, my session with her this morning, mama wants us.
Yes.
But anyway, getting back to these beings, they're spiritual, ethereal beings like we are.
Yeah.
But they just like it where they are.
Yeah, many do.
Yeah. So they are demonic in that aspect, that being that this is what they do. They cause mischief.
Yes.
I mean, isn't that what they do?
Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
They do.
That's exactly what they do.
As Elvis would say, they bring a lot of confusion. But anyway.
Yes, that's their jobs. Like I said, they have different powers. One might be
they do.
Power. Yeah, one might be ruling over grief. So if you lose somebody, they come in at you. One might be over anxiety. One might be over depression. So yeah, this is real. They all have different personality attributes. So if you can find out how they're ruling, that's usually one of their names. So it's a good way to get rid of that energy if you
You
can
know, it's
find
like
out.
I was saying yesterday. What I saw in one of my meditation sessions is that um, it really is on the other side, much like a city. There are
Mm-hmm,
parts of the city that are very progressive.
mm-hmm.
They're vibrant, they're cosmopolitan. And then there are sections of the city that it's not so much that it's forbidden to go in there. It's this that you best be very aware, let's say, much more experienced before you do, or you're going to get yourself hurt.
Yeah.
And people don't think about that in the spirit realm. You can get hurt in the spirit realm.
Mm-hmm. Because you
You
still
can
have
get
a body. Yeah, you have an etheric body.
I'm going to be like that little 3-year-old girl.
Right.
They're going to come
Right.
kick my ass. So
Right.
I'm going to go kick their ass.
Absolutely. But I think if you can get beyond the fourth and lower fifth dimension, once you can get into the sixth, I think that's where you don't have to even deal with a lot of that lower level stuff. It doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
It
I
still
hope that
does, but not to the same level. It gets lighter as it goes up. That's what I see. It gets less and less as it goes up.
density. Wow.
Hi, friend.
That yeah, we got friends. I mean,
Yeah,
we
we do.
really do.
Yeah.
So I want to show everybody this. By the way, I don't know how many of you saw the interview, the show with on Jenny yesterday.
I did.
But here we go, folks. I have a little baby cauldron, you
Isn't
know.
that awesome?
Isn't it
Look at
awesome?
that.
I
I love
mean,
it.
I think this is so cool.
I do too. I
It's
think
like
it's so cool.
it is. But yeah, that show yesterday, Jenny is going to be on it. I think she's getting home.
Right
Um,
on.
but yesterday's show, because it ties into what we're talking about, the smile within, it's the unlimited power,
Yes.
is that, you know, in so many ways, what yesterday, when I saw these two individuals, was to realize that, and I made the comment on her YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
we're still in the dark ages, Trina. I mean, when you've
Some.
got society casting dispersions and using derogatory terms that are actually very edifying terms, such as witch.
Right.
Um,
Satanist.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, not at
I
all.
tell you, it's so sad because there is a section of the population that is still living in the dark ages. They would burn us to the stake if they could.
Well, yeah, because they're in fear because of their ignorance of understanding what it even is.
Well,
It's
our
like,
kind have always been persecuted.
absolutely, because,
They've killed us throughout the millennium.
well, yeah, because they have to, because we're the ones that can teach everybody how to be free.
Yeah. I mean, but when you really want to talk about this spiritual racism, we are the most persecuted because
Absolutely.
we're persecuted by all religions.
Absolutely.
We're persecuted even by the nihilist.
You got to figure, because this again is another attack of the divine feminine part of
Yeah,
our
bingo,
world that we've
bingo.
been not allowed to look at. So
That's
suppress the
exactly what
divine
it is.
feminine. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Let me see. By the way, little self promotion here. Big Al wrote to me. So we've already made what was the minimum of the
Yay.
angel deck cards. So continue to put them in, because the more we get, the better it is. I'm
Yeah.
actually ordering number of them, because I think they're going to be, I don't think I know. This is going to be
I did already got 2, and I'm going to get some more too.
yeah,
Yeah, I
this is
already
going to
ordered
be a
2.
batch. This first one, it always carries the anointing.
Yes.
That's what I call it,
Yeah.
because it's where the energy, not to say that the subsequent printings won't, but
Yeah.
remember, there's only going to be one run, the first run.
It's so fun too, because I got to help Al at the beginning with this.
Yeah, and then I got to say,
it's
thank
all
you
of us
all.
that are loving it. It's wonderful.
By the way, let me do some self promoting amongst the group right here, Miss Trina.
Yes, absolutely.
Not to take away from our conversation, but it's going to take away from our conversation. So this group, folks, and those of you who will be watching this on the replay, this is the community, kind of like, I call it the, I don't know, it's the central market.
It's a portal of connection.
It's not a flea market, but this
Right.
is a actual bazaar. That's the word I
Yeah.
was looking for. It is. It's a
Mm-hmm.
bazaar, and we have got some talented people. We got Karen.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to roll through here. Miss Tech. We have Marsha's. We have Olive Hill, Soapery. That's
Crystal.
Crystal,
Yep.
and Big Al's collection over here,
Yep.
books written by Scotty Roberts,
Yeah.
Stones and Bones. I love that.
Yeah.
Folks, Freighter is on here. He is the one who did his angel deck, which we
Mm-hmm.
use. And
Mm-hmm.
when you use the two together, I think there is going to be. But look at all this. This is just absolutely amazing. Here's Nina's. Here's Robert V. There was
Pajamas.
a lot. Here's Rocky Stucci. A lot
Yeah.
of these I had not seen before.
Oh,
There's Jennifer
yeah.
Roberts, Sarah. I mean, Blue Allen Society. Um, is this not cool?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I think this was one of the most brilliant ideas that Karen brought to the
She
plate,
is
was this
just,
connection for all of
you
us.
know, and I got to say thank you, David Barry,
Absolutely.
because if you look over here, and Trina tells me, did that transfer over?
Yep. Yep, it
All
did.
right. So a lot of people, say, well, what can we do? They want memorabilia. So here it is.
Yeah.
If you want some of the R. Wayne Steiger Soul Tribe merchandise, here it is. And David, thank you. This is David Barry's creation, along with Karen, everyone.
I love it.
There, I'm gonna get mugs. So I'm gathering that's 13 pounds, I think 14 pounds. Is that, or euros?
I do
Euros.
not
Okay.
know. I don't
Yeah.
know any, and what
Okay.
that would be in our, I have no idea.
But this is some cool stuff. I mean,
It really is.
I'm going, I didn't even know. There's the teddy
Yes.
bear I knew about, but did you know they have this? Look at this freaking coat.
I
Come
remember when
on.
David created this, and it was
I'm gonna
specifically
get
for the
one.
teddy bear. It's amazing. It's
You
just
know,
amazing.
it'll look
And
great.
Nina with the Anacarana stuff. I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
they are talented. They've created some beautiful products.
it's 14
Everybody, and
pages long.
yes,
So,
yes,
anyway, getting back out of the self-promoting, this is David. I just got to say thank you. This
yes,
is where I'll be doing all of my gift shopping, because after all, if I can't support the tribe, who
right,
can we support, right?
right,
Let me see. I want to
absolutely.
get back into where we go. So, and I'm going to go back over here to the home page. Tell me, Trina, if this comes through.
I will.
Did it
Yep.
go through? Okay.
Yes, you got it.
So there we go, folks. Here's the gathering. Limited to 50.
Hmm.
Lynn and I are, I got to tell you, in the percentage of getting there, I think we're 90% already there. So
Right on.
here is the angel deck cards. Go over there, order them.
Yes.
It's easy to do. All you have to do is hit that order, and folks, and there it is. So
Wow.
you have both the soul deck
The
card.
card deck too. That's a
Yeah.
powerful thing, man. That's
Yeah.
a
I mean,
powerful thing.
the original one, and Brian's spirit lives in that. I mean, it's a
Yes.
point of contact. There's our buddy.
Yes.
He's still looking at us.
Oh, for sure.
I suspect that someone will be visiting us yet today. And so here it is. So yeah, this is shameless promotion, but there you go.
Yep. We love you guys. We love your talents and your gifts, and Julianne and your alchemy, all of you. You're magical. Marsha, Siri, the crystal soaps, everything that I've ever received from any of the producers has been some of my favorite, most treasured things. I'm wearing Marsha's pendant right now. I mean, I've Karen's crystals I wear all the time. There's so many things now. They're daily parts of my life.
Yeah.
And they're my most treasured things. I mean,
Yeah.
I love that. So beautiful.
I got Marsha's pyramids all around here.
Oh, me too. I have them I love
mean,
it.
between the
Love it.
crystals that I have been
Yep.
gifted, this it's like Lynn said. She said, "Your office," she says, "it's more like sacred ground."
Yes.
I said, "Okay."
Yes.
So
You know what was
um,
interesting? I was meditating, I think yesterday, and I saw all of my crystals and my orgone pyramids and my crystal, everything. I saw everything that had like spiritual or earthy importance. I literally saw lines connecting from each other, and it made this amazing grid in the room. It was beautiful what I was seeing. It was kind of like the web of consciousness, but it was like the web of all my spirituality stuff, my crystals, my sacred rocks, all these things. And they were all connecting to each other. My angel statues, everything was connecting, and it was really powerful. I'm like, wow, it's kind of like the web of consciousness. There's an
isn't it though?
energy of connection from you putting that connection into them, and it creates this field. It was really cool.
It's electrical. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
crystals. I was um a lot of times I'll bring Sanji into my meditation time, and because it's a powerful, I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
call it transmitter, receiver, maybe both.
Oh yeah, that's
um
what yep.
yeah, I mean,
Both.
and it's interesting because when I have Sanji in the room, I see in my spirit mind, it's like traveling inside a crystal. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
That
And
is very
many of
cool.
you know, we're speaking of Brian. Come here,
Yes.
Sanji. So this is Sanji, everybody.
This is Sanji. Hi, Sanji.
He's a
Much love to you.
cool, uh,
Yes, he
he
is.
really is.
He's powerful and
He really
cool.
is. I mean,
His consciousness
uh,
is unbelievable.
it's,
Wow.
and, I just do meditating times where I'll actually just stare into, the essence. And it's,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You will definitely go down his hallways of his
And no doubt
consciousness.
about it. There's
For
no doubt
real.
about it. So,
Uh-huh.
you know, um,
Yeah.
someone wanted to, Heidi, I don't know. Big Al would have to address on the payment side. I don't know how that works. I'm sure it can take different currencies because they're going through PayPal. And so PayPal pretty much has in the Swift system. So
Mm-hmm.
but don't quote me on this.
Mm-hmm.
Talk the Al.
Yeah,
That Al, if
contact
you're
Al.
listening.
He'll work with you.
No.
Just call him. Yeah.
So
Email him.
yesterday, yes, email him, please.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you know, yesterday I want to say as well on what I saw with Jenny, which is, it's sad when I see people that are attacked for the most nonsensical things. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was just sad. And the thing that got me also is that there is this fear of people that were called occultists.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how something so benign, a cult, which means
Mm-hmm.
merely hidden
Hidden.
knowledge. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all it means.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay. Pagan, as we know, is just country folk,
Mm-hmm.
that's all it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means.
Yep.
But yet, there is those who say they walk in love. They say that they believe in this deity of love,
Mm-hmm.
but yet that was the thing. As I said yesterday, there was a total absence of love.
No, there's
I mean,
just
from that,
hate.
it was
Yeah.
vile,
Yeah.
just vile. And I was telling my wife about this, and I said, how the innocence of things. I mean, the blood thing. I'm trying to be respectful. I had my microphone
Right.
off, but I am laughing because I'm going, now wait a minute. So if I smash my finger when I'm building a deck, is that a blood sacrifice? And if I show
Right.
everybody, because in today's social media, that's what you do.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I remember when she did that, she cut herself out there in garden. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I mean, if you're working outside, you're prone to have things happen.
Oh,
But
totally.
yes. And I
My
thought,
daughter got attacked by a dog. Was that a blood
bingo. Yeah. What was
sacrifice?
that? Yeah.
Shit happens and blood is shed sometimes. Really?
And
No.
it's not
No.
this thing. And
Mm-mm.
I told my wife when they asked me if I believed in Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
and I finally gave the answer that if any of you ever get drawn into that, then
Mm-hmm.
just simply answer back. If you're not Jewish, what does it matter?
Uh-huh.
It matters zilch if I believe in the Jewish God or if I don't. I'm not
Right.
Jewish. I got
Right.
no stake in the game.
Right.
So, and then to come back, and they kept on with this thing with Stalis, and I'm going, who? I mean, because I'm going, what's going on here? And then when I heard, really, I think what they were trying to equate Stalis with was with a demon or demoness, which really gets back down to what they're basically saying is Lilith.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was sad because as everyone saw, we can try to bring Gnosis
Mm-hmm.
to a conversation, Trina, but if
Mm-hmm.
the receptor is not going to receive, it's the old expression, why throw your pearls before the swine?
Yes. And also too, it's like people need to understand all of these religions are put against to put us against each other.
Mm-hmm.
If you really believe that there's one God and the God of all, then bottom line is that means we're all seeking and worshiping the same thing.
Wouldn't it
And
be?
yeah, there's no other way around it. So it doesn't matter what kind of box you put it in. If you put it into a box, you're putting it into a man-made construct, a construct created of this world. And what was one of the teachings of Christ? Be not of this world.
Well, and I
So they're
always
missing the
heard,
mark, missing the mark, the whole mark, they're missing it.
love one another. I mean, where
That's
did that
right.
come from? This unconditional love. I mean, listen,
Yes.
we like dolphins, and we
Yeah.
have sacred wood from Hawaii that was carved in dolphins. It's very special to us, but we have dolphins everywhere.
That's amazing,
So
Wayne. I have one thing that I got from years ago at the Bahamas, and it's a circle with 3 dolphins, and it's carved out of coral.
see,
Yeah, it's
see,
beautiful. One of my favorite pieces.
they
Yeah.
carry beautiful, beautiful energy.
Yes, they do.
But if I happen to have had an owl that
Hmm.
was, you know, and I know people that like owls, they're beautiful creatures. When I
Oh,
used to
absolutely.
run, there was one that was in a huge, beautiful, what we call these evergreen pine trees. And it would fly as I come running by, and it would fly with me, you know. But
Yeah. Wow.
so because I have that, then now I'm considered to be a Satanist. I'm going,
Moloch is not the representation of
I'm
every
going,
owl
wait a
in the
minute.
universe. Get over yourself,
I'm going,
people.
well, you know, and it goes
That's
to
like saying that
show.
they worship Satan because they carry around money.
So I was in my meditation session this morning, and the mother goddess was speaking to me, and I was telling you I won't get into everything here with the general public, but she said, you know, as everything is in this earth is inverted, right?
Yeah.
So let's take the word evil. Could
Hmm.
we invert that word, please? What is
Live.
it now? Oh, shit. Does it mean that, you know, actually what it's covering up is actually the path of life?
The living versus life. Live and life are different words.
If
So
it's
life,
inverted,
yeah,
it
it is inverted.
it
And
is
think
inverted.
lived is devil. Lived, if you
So
put a D on
yes,
lived,
I
it's
mean, you
devil.
know,
It's
it
yeah.
gets like, okay. I don't know, but does
Yeah.
something seem just a
And
little odd
backwards,
here?
right? Right?
I mean,
Everything.
I
You
see the
know, Wayne,
Oberus, you
oh
know.
my gosh, I had this profound thing this morning. It was like, remember, it's all about images. Images are
True.
projections and they're inverted, just like on a screen or in a mirror. That's how it's all done. These are all projections. That's the illusion. That's the whole thing. It's about an image. An image is not the original. An image
my
is the
spirit
production
guide
of a
said,
copy.
remember this, when you see something, you're actually inverted in seeing it, what it
Yes.
really is. That's what our eyes
Yes,
do.
yes, yes, yes.
So then that means technically we live in an upside down.
Yes,
Holy
backwards.
crap,
Shit, right?
Batman.
Oh, wow,
Exactly.
right? Right? I had that same one. I was
Whoa.
like, whoa. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, it's all upside down. Everything
Now I
is
see why
upside
that
down.
15-second delay is there, because
Yes.
it means that we live, act in this inverted
Yeah.
prism.
Yeah. And you know how cells pop in and out of existence? I think one's going to
Quirks.
one side and one's going to the other, and they're going back and forth like all the time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, and if you're in here and listen, we accept all beliefs, and that's cool because
Absolutely.
that's the great thing about being sovereign and divine. You have the right to choose to believe in anything you want.
Right. And if you've got wisdom to teach me how to know more truth and how to
I'm
love
open.
more and how to be a better person and how to help my brothers and sisters, bring it on. Please share.
Yeah. But
Fabulous.
if you're going to curse me, you're going to cuss
Right.
me, you're
You're only
going
going to do
to,
that to yourself.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
why would I want to be associated with their God? Because that is, Sheldon Cooper would say, that's pretty creepy.
Exactly.
I mean,
Totally
that's an angry dude,
creepy.
man.
Right.
It is. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
run,
And you know
Forrest,
what?
run.
Yeah, and if you're going to condone that type of behavior and act with that type of behavior, that's a signature frequency, and you're going to be attracted to the gods that control those frequencies. Because I think gods are plural, because energies were birthed forth from source. First it went through angels, and it went into these gods, demigods, all this stuff. But they're thought forms. So there's a lot going on with what we believe. So like, I've seen the heaven of the Jews, and I've seen the heaven of this and the heaven of that. There's different ones based on what you believe. So get
Yeah,
ready, guys. Get
I
ready.
saw
Be
that many
careful what you put
times.
your faith in.
The departure is you're going to be channeled exactly to that frequency that you have projected. And
Exactly.
I'm going to go to a different place. Everyone's invited to the beach.
Yeah.
It's already built.
And wait, I wonder
And
if that's the whole Egyptian Ma'at weighing the feather.
mm,
The frequency is the feather thing.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
going to go where you vibrate. That's it.
you
Plain
are.
and simple.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, that's it. I'm pretty sure it's the same. That's it. That's the symbolic representation of your frequency will be measured because the two witnesses are held within you. One is called bone and blood, and the other is nervous system. Those are two witnesses, two different systems that run in the body. One is feminine, one is masculine. There's your two witnesses. They'll judge you because they program the energy body of the Akashic that goes with you through the emotional system and the causal body. Whew, you ain't getting out of that.
I'm going to go like Don Knotts. Don Knotts, when he left, he went laughing. In
Right?
fact, his daughter, and I've said this many times, she had to leave the room because she was crying, not because of his dying, but
Right.
because of she was laughing so hard. And
Right.
when she went out, he told his wife something, and she was laughing, and there he went. Now,
That's so amazing.
if you compare that to someone who is so afraid of hell
Right.
and being judged on everything and anything,
Yeah.
well, those two energies are going to repel each other.
Yes.
It would be
Yes.
impossible in the natural law for those two energies to ever be compatible.
And think about it, Wade. If these lower energies like to trade human souls and start like messing with people, yeah, they're going to grab you, tell you, you bad person, you got to go here. And if you're stupid
Yeah.
enough to go with them, off you go.
Oh man,
So I do
because
see you can't go where you're not vibrating at.
no.
I remember I told you when I was a little kid, I remember doing soul retrievals. And I
Mm-hmm.
was taking people to the right levels because they weren't in the right levels. And I had to go get them and put them where they were supposed to go. And like they really couldn't go into these places that they weren't permitted. And if they were too low, it would disrupt the lower levels. Like it didn't match. Like it was really quick, like, uh-oh, you're not where you're supposed to be type of thing. So they knew right away.
Yeah,
So
I can't see how you would be able to. And I have experienced this in. You see, this is why the supernatural is natural, because in my Christendom, there was a camp meeting that I attended, Kenneth Hagin to be exact, and there was this. The best thing I can describe it was a pearlescent cloud, a mist that literally came down on the audience. And as it lowered, you couldn't stand up. You could not stand up. And Hagen said that it was the Shekinah glory of God,
I think he might have been right.
And it was palatable. It was, and the thing about it is that how did that get invoked? Well, I'll tell you how it got invoked. We were there. There was the incantation spoken, what we call the benediction, the invocation prior to the service, and there was a state of expectation that was present in the audience. Now, as the minister walked up with the anointing, as he began to speak, his words were anointed words that met the frequency of the expectation of the congregation, or what we could actually say of the coven. That's what all churches and these meetings are. They are coven meetings. And when you start singing in tongues, you are invoking a frequency that will not be found in other normal gatherings of individuals. And I contend it is through and if you've ever been in a service where when the choir and the people begin to all what we call sing in the Holy Spirit, you're emanating a frequency and a charge. And I have never seen it fail not to appear when those conditions are met. Now, it's no different if we were to get together, let's say May 27th, and whether we're doing a drum ceremony, hello, Grandpa Brian, we love you, and thank you, or we're holding hands, doing a point where everyone begins to speak in tongues. It's a gift that's readily available. My point is, it's a frequency emission, and focusing in with the expectation of receiving. That's how these things are manifested.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. I've seen, like I said, with healing, I've seen it happen in healing too. And it's the same thing. I think it's about, you have a focused intention of what you want to see happen. You go in expecting that it's going to happen, and then you lay down on the table and expect it to be done.
It's quite interesting, the frequency we forget, because the children of Israel, when they were in the desert, as the story goes, when the high priest Aaron came out with the ephod, what people don't understand, that those stones were set in a specific way. But what they don't understand either was that every time that they would put forth the Ark of the Covenant going before their enemies, what was taking place? There was the choir. They had the choir singing, and it is the tone that they sang, it is said, that brought down the walls of Jericho. Wasn't the prayer, wasn't the God coming down, it was the fact that they were blowing the shofar, and as they were emitting this frequency, it began to resonate. Boom. And that this is sense. What was so interesting about the Ark of the Covenant that went into the Holy of Holies, is that they said it emitted a hum that could be heard from a great distance away. Don't know what got us on that, but anyway.
Think about it too. The Ark of the Covenant is a representation too of our pineal gland within our mind. And what would activate the pineal gland? A higher vibration or a sound. That opens,
a sound, a frequency.
Yes, a frequency. So this is all going to the same message. Everything in this world is affected by the sounds that come out of our mouth and the sounds
It's
that come out of
very much so.
everything. Yeah.
The Skinwalker Ranch, that the series, when they brought the rabbi out, and as the rabbi spoke a certain prayer in Hebrew, as he was speaking these frequencies, what they saw on the thermal and the infrared cameras was a portal that opened up.
Yes. See, Stargate. You can open the Stargate with the right words.
So many times in my meditation, I'll be and this gets into this next subject of how we communicate to the spirit realm. Mm-hmm. Many people don't know how to communicate to the spirit realm.
Nope.
No.
And it's because they just don't trust what's going on inside of them.
And the best way I've heard it is out, and I'll be talking about this tomorrow, Trina, because it works. And this is what I'm looking for. Thank you, Brent. I got your email. He's going to do the Ouija board experiment.
Wonderful.
I think it's a interesting experiment that if 2 or 3 or 4 can be in a different location geographically.
Yeah.
But we're all focused, and we'll do it through a Zoom.
And just set up a strong protection when you do it, Wayne. Make sure you set up the protection. You do it for everybody on top of what you do on your own. But do everybody. Everybody's good to go.
We're well, listen, but so are you saying then that rods are somehow different than a Ouija board?
I don't think any of them are different than a Ouija board.
So does someone need to protect themselves when they're going to be using rods?
I always do. When I do any kind of
I just want to make that for clarification purposes. Okay.
Always. Because I think once you start waking up those frequencies, you emanate a bright light. And that calls in the ones that want to feed off that light. So I've seen that happen over and over again. It's like when you work with these energies, your frequency does elevate. You want to shield yourself and make sure that you're good, and make sure that you're in control of what's coming into your energetic field. Because if you don't use protection, then the ones that don't play by the rules are going to have a heyday with you. So you got to be aware of that. The tricksters and stuff like that, they will play with you if you don't set up some strong boundaries out of the gate. So no, you have to do that, and then call forth the protection of the benevolent ones, but they can't assist until you ask, because they do abide by the rules. So you got to learn how to play the game if you're going to play the game.
Someone asked, Shannon says, would speaking in tongues be the same as what the starters call channeling, the light language? Yes, it is a light language.
Yeah, I think so.
I sing in tongues. Paul wrote, he said, my spirit speaketh a language that my mind comprehendeth not.
Yeah, you know what? The first time I ever heard that, Wayne, a client of mine sat straight up off the table and she started singing in light language. And I could hear what she was saying, and she was praising God.
It is. It's an edifying language.
That's what I asked. I said, are you praising God? And she said, yes.
God, goddess. I mean,
well, yeah. And I didn't ask anything. I just let her do her. But it was the most beautiful energy, the most beautiful frequency. And to have it open up and happen right in front of you, that was amazing.
I was used quite frequently back in the days when I lived in St. Louis. I was a part of what became one of the largest mega churches, Grace Christian Center. And then later with Rick Shelton at Life Christian Center. But I was used in the gift of prophecy, tongues, and interpretations. Mm-hmm. And I would frequently would get a prophetic word, and the prophetic word would always come after praise, worship. Yeah. And there were others in the congregation. I mean, we were 10,000 at one point, getting stronger, that were used in that gift. But I had been put to the test many times when I would have a word, and many times the word was primarily edifying, need someone who needed just a little bit, and other times it was much more prophetic. And then I could also interpret tongues. Mm-hmm. Someone would be speaking in tongues, and much as you were just saying, I would receive the interpretation and then
Yeah.
give it. So for me, where I'm at in my life now, these modalities are very natural for me. I mean,
Yes.
I had those gifts before I ever, got
Right.
into religious, they were
Yes.
there already.
Yep.
I mean, I've been a healer since I was a kid,
Yep. Me too. Yep.
yeah. And so anyway, I'm just trying to read some of this thing in the chat room and going, where is the time gone? Good gracious.
I
So
know. Good. I
it's,
wonder where Jennifer is.
oh, well, I wish her well. And we all just
Me
send
too.
you love, Jennifer, because
Yes.
yeah, you got a big family here. And
That's right.
Big Brother is right there. I'll take any bully on,
Yep.
It's like,
Absolutely.
bring it on,
Absolutely.
baby. And you do it in
Absolutely.
love. You really
Yeah.
do. Yeah. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
It's like,
and it's like, stop bullying. Don't bully her. That's stupid. It's like, stop
why? I mean,
bullying.
it's like,
Yeah. It's
man,
like, does that make you feel like a stronger person?
exactly.
Because
I
I mean,
mean,
it's just, that would be so the opposite of everything that you're supposed to be presenting. If you're supposedly a holy religious person, you would never behave like that.
no. Hey,
So,
Mary wins. When Mary wins, Wayne wins, Trina wins.
yeah,
We
we
all
all
win.
win
We
when
all
Mary
win.
wins.
See, and that's what I love about this group, because, there is just, it's like, what this group is like? It's like getting one of the fluffy robes right out of the dryer and you put it on and,
Yes.
that warmth, and you're just like, yeah, man, this,
Oh,
yeah, that feeling. It's like, yeah, all is well in the universe.
it's better than well, it's bliss.
Okay, we got it. It's been really quiet here.
Yeah, it's bliss. It's a bliss.
It is a
When
bliss
I
feeling.
tap, when I tap into the soul tribe, when they're like
Yeah.
praying for somebody it's literally, I get hit with bliss. I just feel this sense of welcome home. I guess it's like a homecoming, but it's blissful because we haven't been together in a while, and it's so joyful. It's bliss. It's just bliss to me.
I love it. Bruce Lipton. Who is Bruce Lipton?
Oh, I've heard of Bruce Lipton before. Gosh, what have I heard of him before?
Someone said
Bruce Lipton.
I don't know.
He might be one of the secret teacher people, I think. Something like that. He's like a
someone said he'd be a good guest.
Joe Dispenza and stuff. Oh gosh, yes.
Okay, so I'll have to look into that. Dave says Bruce Lipton is new. Is that, did I get that right?
Oh, I might be talking of a different Bruce Lipton.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. So I thought I would share something else that came to me today. By the way, do you know we have people not only around the world, but in places like Bangladesh?
That's so profound and so amazing.
Faranza, we say hello to you and your family.
Yes,
we speak peace to you and favor.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. Yeah. So, and he is
all over the world.
He is such a lovely, lovely spirit being. Just
Wayne, the proof's in the pudding. Everybody says that about this chat. That it's different. It's special. Everybody here is kind and loving, and you don't hear that in other places. So when you just look at the fruits, there's the evidence right there.
Yeah. So I was in meditation this morning, Miss Trina, and it was far different than in meditation sessions that I do. Many of us are natural channelers.
Mm-hmm.
We just are.
Yes.
Really doesn't matter what team you're playing for. You can get traded and you're still going to take your gifts and talents, so to speak.
Yeah.
I want Trina on my team. Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. So I just, we just made the trade, but, so, and so I'm meditating, and I have to say the book that we'll be finishing tomorrow, in understanding how spirits communicate with us here. We're the living dead. We have this density. And when I began to put this in practice, because once, even something with clarity, something you've been doing for decades, man, I mean, it's just amazing what it does. I was telling you, it's like driving on a 8-lane superhighway. You got to know which lane to be in which direction that you're going.
Yes.
So as I've learned, and I put this in practice in my last couple of meditating sessions, what I'm getting is such a much greater clarity. In fact, it quite took me aback. It felt like it was only 2 minutes, and it ended up being 35 minutes. But the conversation was much more distinct, and I found myself actually speaking out loud answers to the conversation. And one of the things I heard was this, is that she was telling me, she says, basically the conversation was like, there is a name that you have, but we no spirit will speak its name, your name. When you cross over, you have Robert Wayne Steiger is not my name. It's the name given me here.
It's the name of your avatar.
Yes. Because if they know your name in the spirit realm, they literally can control you. That's why we don't know our name. That's why it's never spoken.
Yeah.
So anyway, she said that there was this, and it was, Trina, it was so intense. I mean, it was very intense. It was very intense, because when I came out of it, I wasn't drained. I felt like there was, beads of ants or electricity that was crawling, particularly over the upper part of my body.
Wow.
But so one of the things that was told to me, that getting access, and I never heard this before, into the Hall of Secrets.
That is so amazing. I can't wait to see what transpires from that. That's powerful, Wayne. Very powerful.
So I'm in there, and I'm there in my mind. I mean, whether I was there in spirit, probably, but I'm in this place, Trina. It's old. It's old. There's the as I'm but there is the columns are made of this wood that have the symbols and languages, and it's vast. It's the only thing I can tell you. It's vast, very vast. So when I came out of that, it was the thing. It took me a little bit to get orientated back into here,
this realm. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's profound, Wayne. It's profound. How do you think you got to the stronger connection within you, and how do you think you did that? Is there a way that you did that?
I tell you what, I visualized. I finally visualized that, and it maybe it's with others, but my mind, it's taken me so long to quiet it, because when I get into quiet places, my mind is just doing this.
Mine too.
It's taken me a long time. But what I read, what changed me was this, is that if I allow that which people would call your intuition, it does come from the solar plexus. It's freaking weird.
I get it from heart and solar plexus. I get it from both. I get it. Yeah, I get it a lot from my heart too.
So it's coming up, and the next thing I know, there used to be this bluntness, but now I see that there is this, it's a billion tendrils connecting. And once I made the connection, the voice was very much female inside. It was definitive female, feminine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how it's
think about it. The power of the divine feminine is everything that is secret.
Mm, true,
Yeah,
true, true,
literally.
true,
She
true.
just said that
And
word.
that's
Thank
what my request was. I mean,
you.
my request for the goddess is that, and this is what I pray. I mean, if that's what you want to use the term, I put it more as a professional request, is to learn her customs, her ways, her thoughts.
Absolutely.
Because until I get that firmly within me,
Yeah.
then it's like this. You could never be intimate with your lover, right?
Mm-mm.
I mean, if there wasn't that bond of trust, that connection,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
It's
so,
like,
you
yeah,
know,
there's a big difference there
yeah,
between just like bumping into each other or actually embracing and hugging and loving each other. Totally different way that the matter reacts.
mm, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So it was very intense. I won't get into everything that was in there, but it was the first time, and I tell you what it reminded me of. It was very different. Um, Back in the day when I was part of Edgar Casey's
Hmm.
Enlightened Society, um, it was almost like one of his sessions.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like.
the ascended masters and those teachings, those do feel feminine to me for
Yeah, I
sure. I
mean,
totally resonate with that when you say that. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah,
divine
yeah,
feminine work coming through there
yeah, yeah. It
for
was
sure.
very different, and it was just basically there's no fear. I guess is what I'm saying. There is the concentration and the focus is on one, and that's exactly who comes through.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The first.
So yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow. Yeah,
woo,
this
there
is
we.
going to be a beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful experience, Wayne. Yeah,
yeah.
because I think a lot of what we're doing right here, right now on this planet is that's why all these systems are falling apart is because they're going to be rebuilt with the divine feminine in mind. And hopefully
Mm-hmm.
we can figure out how to balance the masculine feminine energies because this is when we will come into balance as a planet is when we can balance the energies of God in its polarity because this is a polarity realm. So we need to balance that. So to bring this back up and to reintroduce the divine feminine. And the divine feminine is going to be just like the whole God concept that people have, it's going to have all of it in it.
It's got a
Can't
destructiveness to it that
you
you know
bet you can't
you
put
you can't
either
get away
one of
from it.
them in a box, and you can't put either one in a box, not
Mm-mm.
the masculine or the feminine, because they both have both poles.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
thing with the Jesus thing. It's got two poles. It's you got to understand all of this has two hemispheres of mind in this realm. So this is, I think, with the massive thing that we're here to learn. And we can't learn how to balance any of this until we at least have some awareness that we have a feminine part of us in our creative everything, not just our bodies, but our world. So
She is
this
actually
is
the one who gave birth to the masculine. I
all of
mean,
it. Yes.
it was to her the balance. I mean,
Yes.
and as I've been being taught is that the masculine went rogue.
You know, it's so funny, Wayne, in the Nag Hammadi scriptures, what do they reference? Remember, I told you thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder touched me with the divine feminine. I was like, oh my gosh, this is all of you. Your death and your birth and your love and your hate, and you're all of it, and you make all of it. And think, what is a sound making natural phenomena? Thunder. She is the sound that brings it all into reality. Oh, that's powerful. She
And there's a
is
lot
the
to the thunder.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, thunder. So
A
yeah,
lot of people are having a pretty good. Well, I'm glad this. I hope everyone likes the conversation. Apparently,
yeah.
it's very interesting. And if y'all have shared experiences, and this is why, you see, I sense that the veil is becoming thinner and we're entering in. And if what they said at CERN is true, that we are in a different realm, a different parallel universe, then the question I have is that did that as well transcend into the spirit realm, regardless if it did or didn't. My whole point to this is that there was a time when we conversed with the spirits as a point of our normalcy. They guided us through this realm.
Yeah.
And that has been taken away from us.
Yeah, but think about it. What if that veil is because red ship, blue ship, right brain, left brain? Okay. What if the veil is the dissolution of the separation of the mind? Because now you're operating with masculine, feminine, in harmony and balance. You're actively being a creator now. Like, it could be this simple.
It is simple. By the way, when you were saying that, one of the things that kind of helped me as well is that when I realized my brain is merely the representation of my mind, my spirit mind.
Yes.
That's far out, because it just means I'm inhabiting this organ that allows me to interface to this realm. That's cool. I don't care what anyone says.
I literally see us laying down inside of our brain.
Yeah, I can see that.
A little.
I really can.
I see a person in the brain. I've seen that. Other people. I've seen that. And I'm like, Samak, that's real, because I know that there's this person. There's also another person in here, and there's another person that's all of here. So there's three.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's. I explained it a bit. I was like, they all got different ways and personalities too. And that's, I think, how I was starting to identify the father part of me in God, the mother part of me in God, and the Christ, which is the child. To me, it's all three, as in you got the father and the mother, but it knows how to work with matter, with the material realm, and you're a conscious creator at that point. You're not just going through programs because you don't have any conscious driving abilities. And Wayne, it was so funny when you were talking a minute ago. I literally heard, Wayne, don't forget you're the bus driver. And you're going to learn how to travel the cosmic highways, and you're going to be able to pick the timeline that we travel upon. So, hoorah, my friend! Wow.
Well, I'm going to tell you what.
Yeah, you're going to learn how to navigate timelines, my friend. Wow.
I'm going to tell you what. We'd be tripping the light. Fantastic.
Right? Can you imagine? We could go to wonderful places.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Hey, Elderberry, how are you doing? Beloved Abstract, how are you doing? Good to see you. And Ginger, what's up? Well, thank you, Heidi. We love you, darling.
Yes, we do.
And
much love.
This is a good place. I mean, I think it's 10 o'clock there and where she lives. And Norway, I believe. Am I correct?
Wow. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got people all over
the world.
So y'all check out the Gab if you want the angel deck cards. I'm telling you, you're gonna want them. Get them, and if you're looking,
it's like I was seeing that web of consciousness, and then all the tools, the cards, all of these things. It's another connection point for us in the material realm, and they're showing me it's very, very powerful. So just know that there's something bigger to this than we quite yet fully comprehend.
Well, thank you, Lost in Space. They're just giving us the hugs.
I love you guys. Oh,
we give you all a hug too, right?
So
back.
much. Yes.
Come on. Give us some skin. Come on. You don't have to wear any more masks, now the social distancing. So hugging is now recommended. In fact, it's only when we start getting back and making contact are we going to be able to get right this ship. That's just, hey, Red Honey, how you doing? Someone said this is the love tribe. Well,
it really is.
It is. I can dig that. I mean, yeah.
Where we all want to go, into more love, into more joy, to more unity, more favor. Those are all good frequencies we're trying to ride and jump on. So, that's love.
And it's certainly better than the crap prize. That
right? We're getting
Jenny's
fed.
Been in. Jeez, man. All right, everybody.
I'm getting on Wayne's bus.
All right, everyone. We love you all. Thank you for making the show what it is. And it's not actually a show, it's an encounter every time. It
sure is.
It is an encounter. I mean, it's like you're walking away with that feeling. It's like, I'm walking on sunshine. Oh yeah. And makes me feel good.
Good. All right.
All right. We'll all meet at the roller rink at 7:00. Make sure to bring your own
Yay.
skates, and we're going to have a disco time, baby. All right.
Absolutely. Much
All
love.
right, everybody. We love you. Trina, stay with me.